Hello everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary with EXO, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game between Drewbie, again, just like yesterday, spawning as the Red Terran at the 10 o'clock position, between this guy over here who is coLrsvp, something like that, is spawning as the Blue Protoss at the 5 o'clock position. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this game. A lot of people have told me that this is a good game, a game that I should cast, and there's something wrong with my headphones, and there we go. Looking better right now. And before the game actually gets going into the yummy stuff that everyone wants to see, and before we actually see the pylon into Gateway, into Cybercore, into second pylon, and probably Drewbie doing some good old double barracks play, or some fast expand play on Shukris, given that this is Shukris Plateau, you can actually fast expand over here. Obviously it's a Terran versus Protoss, so both players might actually want to fast expand, unless Drewbie will want to get some fast bunkers over here. Proxy bunkers pretty good to actually stop the Protoss from fast expanding if you know that he is, but it just looks like he's going to be going for a barracks. And Gateway over here, pretty standard opening for both players. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about a few things with you guys before we actually get into the game. Some people were saying about the last game I uploaded yesterday. If you haven't seen it, then go watch it. By the way, it's a really cool game. It's between Drewbie and who was it? Who was the other guy? Dream. Yeah, right. Pretty good Protoss player, by the way. So we're gonna have a TVP again. And by the way, guys, for I've heard that these two games actually bear some resemblance, and quite a lot of resemblance. It's actually why I chose to cast this game. I will get into it later on, or maybe you guys will actually figure it out yourselves. And before I get into anything, a big shout out to my subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching my games and submitting comments and support and input, and any kind of suggestions are really welcome for me. So yeah, anyway, it seems like we're gonna have a orbital command over here, pretty standard. Everything from both players is pretty standard right now. Looks like this is gonna be a macro game, and none of them really wants to go for any early aggression, unless we'll see some warp gate action from the Protoss. But how should I call this guy? Actually, coLrsvp. I'm just gonna call him Col. All right. I have no idea if this is a clan tag or anything. We're just gonna call him Col, because this it's pretty easy. So anyway, some people have been talking to me. Have been submitting some comments about the fact that the last cast I uploaded contained some cursing and stuff. Guys, I just want to say this to you. I really am the most spontaneous, most natural caster you'll ever find. I don't really try to force anything. You know, there's nothing more. There is nothing crappier than a cast in which you try too hard. I don't try too hard. You have to actually just cast what you feel. So I'm just gonna say what I feel. Back then, yesterday, I woke up at like 7 o'clock, and GSO was coming up, so I was really sleepy. But I said I should do a cast for you guys, so I did. And I ended up using some stronger language than I usually do. I'm not gonna apologize for it. The thing is, I just go with what feels right. And I don't know, I'm gonna spoil this, but yeah, seeing 21 battlecruisers on my screen at 7 a.m. is really gonna point me towards using those kind of words. So please don't think too much into it. You're just you really shouldn't think too much into this stuff. It's just letting what's it called? Like letting yourself breathe in, so to speak. You don't have this. I'm not a robot, you know. I think most of you guys who usually watch my casts have noticed that by now. I'm not a robot. I don't want to expose to people some kind of boring cast that is like analytical and just, you know, purely blah blah this, blah blah that. I want to actually put some human emotion into it as well. So what I feel is what I'm gonna give out. So sometimes I might curse, sometimes I might not. Usually I never really do, but for the times when I do, just don't think so much into it. It's what I'm feeling right then. So please respect that, because that is exactly what you will be getting from me every single time. It is what I feel when I'm casting the game. I'm not gonna be thinking, oh, how should I do this cast? How should I be talking? How should I approach the game? No, guys, it's gonna be exactly what I'm feeling. But anyway, enough of the blah blah with myself, and here's something really interesting that's happening on the Protoss side. seems like we're gonna have, let's see if the Dark Shrine is gonna be planned down here. Indeed, a Dark Shrine on the way. So this is something really smart that you can do as Protoss. You can actually you can start a pretty standard let's say opening in your base, and your opponent is going to scout this, but you can go for something like this, some hidden tech buildings like Twilight Council and a Dark Shrine, and try to surprise your opponent with a lot of Dark Templar, or yeah, pretty much I think that's pretty much the biggest thing you can go for in a Protoss matchup, because really Dark Templar are the surprising factor to Terran. If they're not prepared for it, you can do a lot of damage. There's not going to be any turrets and a few scans. You can really circumvent those if you play smart. So anyway, it looks like those Dark Templar might be done soon enough, but Drewbie in the meantime is getting a starport as well after 3 barracks, and as for the add-ons, he's getting 2 tech labs and a reactor, and he has expanded in the meantime as well, just like cole over here. So we might see some well, we're not gonna see early aggression, that's for sure. It seems like both players are content right now with expanding and saturating their natural expansions. Looks like the both the assimilators have finished over there for cole, and Drewbie has finished his refineries. So right now both players are standing on, let's check this out, and actually cole is sitting on a little bit superior mineral income, while Drewbie has gotten the gas a little bit sooner. So he's going to be getting a lot of gas. I wonder what he actually wants to do with this. Seems like this starport over here has a reactor, so let's see if that's going to mean a lot of medevacs. And Drewbie has been floating this factory in the air. He's going to scout. Oh, if he scouts this, it's a really big deal, because he's gonna really be prepared for this. And if I check the units tab, I'm gonna see that there's just 1 Dark Templar out. I wonder if there's gonna be more Dark Templar warped right now. And it looks like Drewbie is actually scouting very actively, and he's gonna spot this over here, that pylon, this factory. He doesn't see this. Let's see if he does see that. I'm gonna take a look over here. No, he doesn't see it. I wonder if he's gonna scout this out. Actually, that's very important. Looks like cole is gonna go for a 3rd expansion pretty soon. This is really risky. This is really pushing the macro limits on this game, getting a 3rd expansion like this. Obviously Shakuras is a pretty big map, so he can go for expansions, but I'm not sure if he should be going for something like this without securing it whatsoever, especially when he has these tech buildings whatsoever. He at this point in time, he really hasn't committed with any Dark Templar. He only has 1 Dark Templar right now, and let's see, has Drewbie actually scouted that? No, he floated the factory around all these structures, but hasn't really scouted anything. He just knows about the existence of this 3rd, but now some medevacs are incoming. Let's see if he does scout this out. Oh, he does see the Dark Shrine and the Twilight Council. Let's see what's going to happen right now. He's dropping right here. Looks like he's going to allow this expansion to finish, but he might just go for this over here, because isn't he looking at the minimap? What is he actually thinking? He's going to stem, going to take out the pylon, probably going to take out the Nexus really fast. There we go, Nexus is going down really fast, and looks like cole is gonna move across with some units over here. By the way, I do remind you guys, this game is from a Masters League ladder game, so obviously, even though you haven't heard of coLrsvp so much, he's a very good player. And here we go, he's focusing fire on the Twilight Council. I'm surprised to see that they're actually not focusing down the Dark Shrine, but here we go, Twilight Council does go down, Dark Shrine almost down, and there we go. This medevac getting away with 3 HP and 3 Marines inside it, so Drewbie doing a really good job by eliminating the tech buildings over here. And if we take a look at the units tab, we only see 1 Dark Templar out on the field right now. Meantime, seems like Psionic Storm is going to be researched for cole over here, and nice placement of these buildings. This is quite smart, putting 4 pylons up like this, and making sure that if any of these pylons actually get taken out, the buildings are still going to be powered. This is really nice. I like this from cole. And as for Drewbie, he is laying down, he has a lot of barracks right now. He has 4 barracks, laying down an armory and a Ghost Academy as well. Obviously, you want to get those ghosts in case the Protoss gets High Templar, and even if he doesn't, the ghosts are really good in EMPing the shields of the Protoss players' forces. So Oh, and look at this factory over here being really sneaky in the background, trying to actually stay alive and scout when Drewbie actually wants to see if there is anything happening on the Protoss side, anything he wants to worry about. I don't think though that cole is gonna try anything fishy like Dark Templar or anything like that anymore. He's just gonna wait for Kuderan Amulet to be over maybe and try to push over the middle of the map over here. But we see Drewbie moving with a lot of Marines and Marauders and Medivacs and Ghosts. And here we go, let's see. I want to see some EMPs. There we go, EMP is nice EMP, but actually didn't get the energy off the sentries. That's quite curious. I didn't really figure that out. Some snipes going off, an EMP on the Dark Templar, taking the energy of 2 Dark Templar, but seems like 1 Dark Templar actually managed to get 1 Storm up. That's pretty much it for now. This factory is scouting everything that's happening at the natural, and looks like Drewbie is going to be moving across to take down the 3rd expansion, the 3rd base actually, the 2nd expansion of cole on this side. And there we go. The cannon goes down, so does the pylon. The Nexus is going to go down fairly quickly, and these Zealots aren't really going to be able to do that much. Even though Zealot Charge has been researched, doesn't look like cole can actually save this base, and the 3rd base does go down, and that's gonna be a pretty big blow to him. Drewbie sitting on 2 bases still for now. He's getting an initial command center. There we go, an additional command center has been finished in his base, and these medevacs being loaded up with all those units. Let's see, is he actually gonna try a drop at the natural? Indeed. There we go, the medevacs flying across the edge of the map. Let's see, is he gonna drop over here? If he does drop this, he might actually be able to take this out, so quite curious to see what happens. And no, he's actually going for the main. It looks like this is really interesting. He might just be able to snipe out the robotics facility and the additional Twilight Council over there that is researching Blink. And let's see what happens. A lot of movement on the map right now. Really hard for me to actually follow all these things, but let's see if Drewbie is actually going to commit to this one. He has all these dropships, and he has a lot of forces stationed over here, so I don't think the Protoss can actually make a push on the middle. Marine getting taken out over there, so lost the vision for the Xel'Naga tower. And let's see, is the Protoss actually gonna push? Nice EMPs. Oh, and look at the shields on these Zealots, they're all empty. All the Zealots have been EMP'd, and that's really nice play from Drewbie over there. Looks like he's gonna charge in those Zealots, but they don't have any shields. They are significantly weaker than what they should be. And High Templar are trying to storm a little bit, but Drewbie is moving back, and at the same time he's dropping right here, right now. Let's see what's going to happen. Taking out 1 pylon. Is he going to focus down the robotics facility? I'm quite curious to see. And also, some storms going down over here. cole is trying to do as much damage as he can, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to. The robotics facility is going to be taken out as well. And is he going for the Nexus? Oh my god, he's actually going to take out this Nexus. Takes down the robotics facility and takes down the Twilight Council as well. Is he gonna... oh, a lot of probes will get taken out over here. Nice storms though. That was a great storm, taking out a lot of troops over there, but still stimming, feedbacking the medevacs. But this is like so crazy, and looks like Drewbie is gonna be microing around with these forces, doing a lot of damage in the Protoss base for now. Stimming again, and he just wants to do as much damage as possible. Loads the rest of the forces up, and 2 medevacs make it away from here. And it looks like Drewbie... I'm just gonna take a look at the income tab. Oh, 68 SCVs over 43 probes. Now that's a lot of income advantage. If you look at this, this is really bad for cole. So really, cole has to make something happen right now, or he's not gonna be able to do anything in this game really. He is sitting so low, and Drewbie still is harassing constantly with those medevacs and dropping infantry all over the place, trying to nullify cole's mining all over the place. Basically, if you do this as Terran, you're gonna be in a pretty comfortable position, given the fact that your opponent cannot mine. So as long as you do this and expand all over the place, you're gonna win the game, because your opponent is literally not gonna be able to mine any resources. Now, it looks like Drewbie is just gonna try to distract his opponent some more. I don't think that drop over there was meant to do any damage, really just distract cole right now. Cole obviously is in a pretty tough position. He lost a lot of probes, expansions as well, so he needs to really fortify his position right now. He needs to start mining on his expansions again. He's really... the main has been mined out. He needs to move some probes out of here right now. As we can see, the resources have been exhausted in his main. And this factory is really useful right now. By the way, this is really smart from Drewbie, floating a factory over here. He has sight over these grass fields, whatever, and these grass lines, because you cannot see from side to side. So this factory offering him vision on the other side. And here we go, 2 Vikings on this side. They probably will get taken out. Let's see if he's gonna micro those stalkers properly. There we go, 1 Viking getting taken out, 1 making it away, and that's pretty much it for now. But in the meantime, looks like Drewbie has been really busy with upgrading his infantry. He has 2 on his infantry. He has level 3 weapons on the way. He also has ghost cloaking, so obviously Drewbie wants to use ghosts a lot since he sees High Templar on the way. As for the Protoss, he's getting a Stargate and Protoss ground armor level 3, so he has weapons level 1 only, but he's been focusing a lot on armor upgrades, so that's really interesting to see from a Protoss. Usually Protoss favor getting the weapons level 3 upgrade first before upgrading armor, but Drewbie has a lot of forces actually moving across the middle. Let's see how these stalkers are gonna do. And here we go, some High Templar as well. Is he gonna storm? Not yet. He does feedback one of the ghosts, I think. Does lose a lot of ghosts over there, and 1 ghost only making it away. But he really wants to have these ghosts up because EMPing those High Templar is really where the money is. EMPing the High Templar is really good. Taking care of those Psy Storms that can just basically the biggest enemy, the biggest threat to this army over here is Psy Storm. So it doesn't look like Cole is gonna go for any Colossus whatsoever. He's just gonna focus on High Templar. So as long as Drewbie gets ghosts, if he EMPs those High Templar, he's not gonna worry about the Psy Storm. But there's 5 starports on the way for Drewbie, so like I said, I read some things about this game before I cast it, so let's see exactly what this is gonna mean. 5 starports can only mean one thing. I guess you guys can guess that as well. It looks like a Fleet Beacon has finished in the meantime. I'm not exactly sure where that Fleet Beacon is. Here we go. Fleet Beacon has finished for Cole, so Cole is sitting on 4 bases right now, getting some carriers, obviously, getting Protoss air weapons level 1 only. And let's take a look at Drewbie and his armory. Ship weapons. Oh, indeed, he has been upgrading ship weapons in all this time. Ship weapons, that's really interesting. He has only been using Marine Marauder Medivacs, but in the meantime he has been upgrading ship weapons as well. Obviously Vikings, Banshees, battle cruisers all being included in that category. So this is a lot of zealots. And here we go, battle cruisers are being produced right now at these starports. And let's take a look at what's gonna happen in this game. This is really exciting. By the way, if you haven't seen the last game I uploaded on my channel, then please do take a look. Drewbie versus Dream, another turn versus Protoss matchup, and seriously, it's just like deja vu. This is really deja vu all the way, and I've no idea. This is happening on the North American realms, by the way. So really watching these games is quite amazing because you just get I haven't seen on in the European realms, people really don't seem to go for macro games whatsoever. Nice snipe on the High Templar over there, some EMPs as well, nice, and doing some damage with the Cloak Ghosts over here. Some Marauders making their way into the mineral line on this side. They're actually trying to snipe off the Nexus, but I don't think that's going to be possible. But this is still very smart because what this basically ensures is the fact that he's going to be pinning down the Protoss to his bases. The Protoss is not going to be able to move across. And meantime, there's Terran ship weapons level 3 on the way. Already some BCs out and 5 starports just making BCs. Looks like Drewbie has the gas, but he doesn't have the minerals to actually support these BCs for now. He's sitting on, let's take a look at the income tab. Actually, Cole is sitting on a superior mineral income while Drewbie has a superior gas income, but once these mules start to mine, then I think the mineral income will be in favor of Drewbie as well. And there's so much stuff on the production tab. If you can look at this is so spammed. The interceptor upgrade for carriers is on the way, Protoss ground weapons level 2 as well, and air armor level 1, while Drewbie is getting the Behemoth reactor for the battle cruisers and Terran ship weapons level 3 and building armor and a mothership on the way as well. So this is really hard for me to follow. Usually when games get to such a macro phase, it's really hard to follow what's happening in the game, but I'm doing my best. And let's see what's going to be happening. Oh, and this is really messed up. how many is this? 6 bunkers, and it looks like a command center is being built over here as well. This might as well just turn into a planetary fortress, and I really doubt that anything can really get past this right now. This is so much defensive power. Obviously, this is the primary choke point in the Terran defense, so you can't really get through this. The only way you can really bypass that is taking down the rocks here or here to go for these side expansions, but that's pretty much it. Looks like Drewbie's not gonna let this expansion finish. He's dropping forces on this side. He does damage, and there's only 4 Marauders, but still they do so much damage. And look at this Nexus, it's going down so fast. And looks like the Marauder is actually gonna be able to take it down. Indeed, just 4 Marauders. Really great play from Drewbie over there, taking down an additional expansion from cole. Mothership is almost done. 3 more carriers on the way. Gonna take a look at the units tab. And 3 carriers against 6 BCs right now. A lot of Marines as well, so let's see if Drewbie is actually gonna, if he's gonna try eliminating some of his supply. I think he really likes to go for all in BC play, so to speak. It's really a late game strategy, but he likes to eliminate his surplus supply of Marines and Marauders and just go for additional BCs, so he's just maxed out with BCs, and then he uses these BCs against the Protoss and basically just destroys everything. You can't really do anything against so many BCs. A nice kiting over there with the Marauders, taking down those Zealots, and Mothership is almost out, but I really don't know if Mothership can do anything right now. Obviously, Mothership is almost useless unless you use the Vortex or the Mass Recall, because the Terran is going to have so many scans as long as he's standing on so many bases. I mean, look at this, guys. 4 orbital commands. That's going to be really hard. He's going to be having so many scans. And he has these sensor towers placed in such brilliant positions right now. It's going to be so hard to actually break through this without Drewbie knowing. And Drewbie's dropping this again. Some nice feedbacks on the medevacs, not being able to actually take the medevacs down. Gonna snipe the Nexus again, and cole is really not gonna like this. He's moving his forces this way, but looks like Drewbie's gonna be able to make it away again. And wow, these blitzkrieg, so to speak, drops from Drewbie are really effective right now. And looks like he's getting even more BCs. He has 8 BCs right now over here. A lot of ghosts. Now this is so many ghosts. He's gonna be able to EMP so much. Actually, if he even moves across with those ghosts and EMPs this and starts sniping down the Zealots, he can actually take down all these Zealots and the High Templar in such a fast amount of time. But anyway, looks like Drewbie doesn't want to push anything right now. He's satisfied with the fact that you could nullify this expansion over here. Obviously, he knows there's nothing happening on this side because he has the sensor tower, and the sensor tower can see if any probes are moving around trying to lay down expansion on that side. And cole is trying to get this expansion up again, but I really don't know if he's going to be able to do it. A lot of Marines attacking the rocks on this side. And cole is trying to desperately get some more expansions. Going to take a look at the income tab. They are pretty much equal for now, but cole wants to get more expansions up. And here we go, Drewbie dropping again. He's sniping the Nexus down. Nexus gets cancelled though. And here we go. He doesn't want to pick up these forces, and not surprisingly, because he wants to make more BCs. And if you take a look at his supply count, it's 182. Right now, he just lost a bunch of Marauders, and he's going to probably supplement that with producing additional battle cruisers. And these BCs, I have to say, oh my god, they have 3 weapons upgrades and 1 armor upgrade. So this is going to be really scary for the Protoss force. Here we got some ghosts moving across. This is really hard to follow. This game is really has macroed up to such an insane phase. Basically all the bases are taken except for these side bases in between the spawn points. And this is a lot of carriers as well, so gonna take a look at the unit counting station. 10 BCs, 8 carriers, and the rest is not really that important. 5 High Templars, some ghosts. So basically it's gonna come down to the battle cruisers facing the carriers and a mothership as well. So let's see how the players are actually gonna deal with this. 2 more command centers being built by Drewbie over here, and additional command centers everywhere being morphed into planetary fortresses. And this game is looking insanely I guess this is what happens when you play Protoss and you let the Terran tech up as much as he wants to. He tried to expand, get as many. I still think maybe the maxed out Terran army will perform maxed out Protoss army, especially if it's in terms of battle cruisers versus carriers and stuff like that. Another drop happening over here. Looks like Drewbie is taking down a lot of probes. Some zealots getting warped in from cold side, and let's see if he's gonna be able to deal with this. Looks like Drewbie is just throwing away the rest of this supply and is getting additional battle cruisers. There we go. Oh my god, this is so many battle cruisers. 13 battle cruisers out right now, and another 3 in production. Terran ship plating level 2 as well. So this is really gonna come down to carriers versus battle cruisers, and I think this is the most epic sort of I don't know, combat that you can have in late game. Battle cruisers versus carriers, and a mothership as well. Ghost over here looks like, oops, and nice EMP over there. Obviously EMP can reveal invisible units as well. Oh, and the battle cruisers are moving across the field, and QXC is gonna reveal what he's having right now, and this is a lot of stuff. Ooh, battle cruiser micro, guys, look at that. Battle cruiser micro. And mothership is actually forced to move out of position, and a lot of Yamato cannons going down on the Nexus. Nexus getting taken out again. It looks like Drewbie is gonna just move back. He took out the expansion. He's not gonna care. He might just want to hit this over here. These are really the last. I mean, this one was taken out, and this is really the last real mining expansion of gold. This is almost mined out. This is mined out. His natural is mined out. His main is mined out. While Drewbie is still mining off these expansions right now, and he might just want to take. Indeed, he's taking down. He's taking these expansions on the side. Let's see what he's gonna be able to do. Where are the BCs? The BCs. Oh, the BCs are indeed moving down towards the expansion, like I said before, and he's gonna take this down. He has so many battle cruisers. Oh my god, 16 battle cruisers, 10 carriers, 3 High Templar, and 1 mothership for the Protoss. And here we go, a lot of damage being dealt by these battle cruisers. They are melting the cannons so incredibly fast. Here we go, the carriers are moving in. Let's see if they're gonna be able to do anything, but oh, Yamato cannon, oh my god. And look at these carriers. I'm just gonna select them so we can see what's happening. EMP is happening all over the place as well. Yamato cannon everywhere, and Yamato cannon on the mothership. Mothership gets taken out. Some stalkers trying to move in as well, but there's so many BCs and they're upgraded. Terran ship weapons, ship plating level 2 is almost done as well. More Yamato cannons on the carriers, and the carriers are going down so incredibly fast. Battle cruisers doing such insane damage, and with the armor they have right now, 5 armor, they are able to do so much damage against the carriers. Carriers really not being able to hold off the battle cruisers right now. Obviously this is after the patch, so Void Ray is obviously a better choice against battle cruisers. Is he actually making some Void Rays? No, still making carriers. I don't think I agree with this. I think that Void Rays would have been a much better choice. Carriers being taken out for the most part, and more BCs on the way, more carriers as well, but I don't think this is really gonna happen for Cole. He doesn't really have the expansions. He lost this one, he lost this one, he's not mining on the sides. Drewbie's landing command centers over here and over here, so I really don't think that Cole can do anything right now. And just pure battle cruisers taking down everything, and it looks like there's a big push happening over here that I missed maybe in the main base of Drewbie, but he is microing these marauders around pretty well, taking down a lot of zealots, and doesn't look like Cole is gonna be able to do anything with these zealots, and he does GG. Wow, what a crazy game. And this is like total deja vu. Last night, actually around about this hour, 6 AM, I cast a game that looked so similar to this one. I actually urge you guys to watch that one as well, Drewbie versus Dream, and this is starting to look like a pattern for Drewbie, this transition into late game battle cruisers. It's really cool, it's really nice to watch, so it's been a pleasure for me to actually cast this game. I hope it's been nice for you guys to watch it. And if you're wondering why I'm babbling so much and why my tongue is getting you know, all shriveled up in my mouth, it's because I'm really tired and I should get some sleep after I'm done casting this game, so I'm actually gonna do that. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm not gonna say too much about the game. It's just so much to actually say. Early game was really let's say both players didn't want to be aggressive. They just really went for macroing up, and both players really were confident in their abilities of winning the game in the later stages, so they both macroed up, and eventually the game transitioned from Marine, Marauder, Medevac, and Gateway units into carriers versus battlecruisers. And battlecruisers are so strong against carriers for the one sole purpose. It is the Yamato gun. The Yamato gun does so much damage and the range is huge. And as long as you couple that with some ghosts and EMPs, you're gonna really take care of those carriers. So a really great game. I really think that Drewbie can be one of those. I've watched his stream from time to time, and I really think that Drewbie can be a really good player if he practices enough and if he gets the builds down properly. He likes to mess around a lot in ladder play, and he doesn't really play serious sometimes. He just he experiments a lot with the builds, and you can see in this game, I mean, this is a crazy macro game. Basically all the bases in the game have been taken. So I mean, look at this, who gets to planetary fortresses like this. Anyway, Clan Root is really, I really like to congratulate Clan Root for offering replays to people. That is really something you don't see from many people. Like I said, many players don't want to offer high quality replays or replays of ladder play and stuff like that because others can study them. But Clan Root offers replays from all their players, Cats, QXC, Drewbie, Kiwikaki. They all upload replays, so I really would like to extend a big congratulations to those guys for being so open with their replays and letting everyone else watch high quality games and uploading epic games like this one. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, then do subscribe and do tune in to my channel every now and then to see some cool games. I really only cast high level games, so yeah. And if you have to excuse me for babbling a little bit too much right now, I'm really tired. Maybe the excuses are getting old, but I really do cast games at late at night because it's so quiet, and I actually do this during the day. There's a lot of noise in my house, and I can't really do the cast like I should. So yeah, thanks for my subscribers. Thanks to my subscribers for tuning into my channel and I know, offering input all the time. I appreciate you guys. Good or bad input is always welcome, and I listen to pretty much everyone. I try to follow your comments, so don't think you're getting ignored. You're not. And that's it for me. EXO signing out for now. Good night, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.